All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Entrepreneur Show, where we interview local business owners and hear their stories. On the program today, we have the owner and operator of the dining car, the world-famous dining car located at 8826 Frankfort Avenue, Nancy Morozin. Nancy, welcome to the program.
Oh, thank you, Jack.
So let's start off. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Nance.
Well, I was born and raised in Northeast Philadelphia, and along with my brother and sister, we own and operate the dining car, which is a 24/7 diner in Northeast Philadelphia, 53 years and going strong.
What's the history of the dining car?
Well, we opened in 1961 as the Sarsfield Diner, and that was a traditional type L-shaped car. It had an American theme, big fishbowl windows. It had copper hoods and backsplashes. It had the old-fashioned terrazzo floors. The car sat upon a foundation, so it had that look where you walked up the stairs on each side of the vestibule. It was a Swingle diner, which is the same company that made the present dining car, and it faced north. And we were there from, like I said, 1961, and then in about 1976, Jeff, we changed the name. Really didn't have a real good reason to, just kind of wanted to shake up the neighborhood and spark a little interest and see, if we could generate some new business by kind of like changing the name and kind of waking up the neighborhood. And actually it did just that. It was such a fun and successful move that based on that we started designing a new diner. And it was in 1976 that we had changed the name to the dining car.
And what was the location? Or do you know the actual address?
Location, yeah, it was 8828 Frankfort Avenue. It was directly behind the car that we're at now.
Oh, wow. Check that out. That's pretty cool. I mean, I've only known the dining car where it's at. I'm not that old, obviously, but it is really cool. I mean, one of the cool things is, you see everything and anything going there. I mean, I've been there late at night. I've been there early in the morning. It's great when you walk in there. I mean, it gives it that authentic diner feel. You have the piano player once in a while just playing music. You see the bakery. You see just all the camaraderie around there of the dining car makes it that classic, diner feel with the food. Just the atmosphere is really, really cool.
Yeah, it was in 1980 that we changed that to the classic, more Pullman-style diner that you walk into now that has more of an Art Deco feel. It's got the smaller Pullman-style windows and the black and gray tile floors. It has the classic stainless steel sunburst hoods and backsplashes. And, that car was put in place in 1980, and for a short while, and when I mean a short while, I mean a matter of hours, we operated both diners. As a matter of fact, many of the customers, the regulars, wanted to be the last ones to eat in the old dining car and the first ones to eat in the new dining car. The wall that separated the two buildings. So we broke through the wall, and early on the morning of the move, a bunch of the regulars came in, and we cooked them breakfast. And as they were eating their breakfast, everybody picked up their plates, and we all marched through the old kitchen of the old diner, through the back door, through the hole in the wall, into the back of the new diner, through the new diner's kitchens, out into the front of the new diner where everybody sat down with their plates and finished their breakfast, and then we unlocked the front doors, and that's how we christened the new dining car.
Wow, talk about going from out with the old and in with the new.
Yeah, it was really fun. It took me about a week to separate out all the old dishes and silverware and the patterns.
Now, how old were you? Like, it's a family establishment. I know that you said your brother and your sister own it as well. How old were you when you started in the business?
I started just about right after college.
Okay. Now, what made you, what do you like most about being an owner? Especially of the dining car. I mean, there's a lot of different, diners located in the area. What do you like most about it?
Well, I like working at the diner. It's pretty fast-paced. You're always doing 7 things at 5 times. I like working with people. I get to, always bring new ideas to the menu, new ideas to the building. It's a really quick-paced environment, and it's different every day. I mean, You go home, you're tired. You know, you put in a full day's work no matter what you did. So
And you
it's
got
really
your
a lot
money's
of
worth.
fun.
You definitely got
Yeah.
your money's worth. If you could go back in time, what do you think you do differently, you know, when it comes to the dining car?
I think not too much, but I think when I was younger, I was probably a little too opinionated. I don't think I was as open to new ideas and new ways of doing things as I am now. I don't know if I'm just kind of going backwards in time or whatever, but I think I would change that. I think I would have listened to more ideas and different ways of doing things than I did then. I'm much more open to that now.
Do you think you would have been as successful then as you are now?
Well, I think so.
All right.
Sure.
Do you have any heroes? I mean, you know, anybody who inspired you, whether it's life in general, business wise?
Well, I think really heroes, my heroes are the customers that walk through the door every day.
Okay.
You know, that are willing to, you know, that trust us to give them a good experience. And then, of course, you know, my staff, you know, they show up.
Shameless
no matter
plug.
what, you know what I mean? Even when they don't feel like it. So basically, they're my heroes. Of course, my dad, you know, he's a really cool, interesting guy, and I've learned a lot about the business from him. But, you know, in general, my heroes are the people that surround me every day.
Okay. What do you like to do? I mean, as a business owner, you know, 23 and a half hours of the day, you're nonstop because you're trying to, you know, get everything correct and make sure everything's in line for your business. What do you like to do in your spare time?
Well, mostly in my spare time, I like to ride my motorcycle. So I'm either riding the bike or I'm planning a ride on the bike.
What kind of motorcycle do you have?
I have a Raider.
Perfect. A Yamaha Raider. Great bike.
Yeah.
Where have you been? Where have you been?
Bike.
Where have you been, you know, in your spare time? Name some places.
Oh, I go all over the place. I ride all over the country. Last year I rode to California and back.
Wow. Just by yourself, or did you go with a group? Was it a
I
tour?
went with one other friend. And this year my trip is riding out to Texas. That one I'm doing solo. So it just depends. When I take long rides, I only usually go out with one or two other friends. And, you know, I have a lot of friends along the way, and I meet up with friends when I'm going places. But a lot of times I kind of, you know, motorcycle is a good solo sport.
You know, it's such a good feeling. So it's that believe it or not, it's probably a great hobby to have as a business owner. You just let all your worries, you know, go away.
When you're riding, Jeff, as you know, since you do too.
Yes, I do.
You got to be all in. It's the same as work in that respect. I don't have time to worry about the diner or any other cares that I might have at the moment because you are totally concentrating on what you're doing. So that when you do get back to your everyday life, you can really kind of, you know, approach it with a new attitude and a fresh pair of eyes because you've really, you know, got some good time away from it, you know, on your ride.
Sometimes it's needed. Do you guys do any volunteer work or charity work at the dining car?
Yeah, we do. You know, we do a lot, and you know, it's mostly community stuff. You know, with the local chamber of commerces and you know the civic associations. You know, we're actually in Upper Holmes. Dining car is actually in Upper Holmesburg, so we do a lot with Upper Holmesburg Civic Association. You know, I volunteer. I'm a part of the steering committee of the Northeast Philadelphia Hall of Fame, on the board of the GMPCC Foundation, which gives out scholarships. You know, I really like the Salvation Army, and I'm part of their Be Your Best program. I volunteer for WHYY Radio, you know, among other things, stuff like that.
Wow. So it seems that you're very community oriented, obviously with the, you know, with the establishment or business being so impactful to that community. I mean, you're wanting to give back, basically.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I'm thankful for what we have, and I want to give back, but I also get this really cool opportunity to meet, like, everybody, you know, in the diner. All these different people come through the diner. I get to meet a lot of interesting people, and they're involved in these things, and then I get to find out about them, and I get to be involved, too. With
a diner, obviously, every diner has its specialties. What are some of the specialties that Dining Car offers?
Well, we get that a lot, you know, because we've been on national television. So I guess when people are coming from far away, Texas, whatever, it's mostly for the chicken croquettes because they're pretty famous for those. Chef Larry's soups, all his soups are famous and so good. So, of course, the French onion soup, cream of chicken soup, our clam chowders, the cream chip beef is really popular. the potato pancakes, the chicken pot pie.
Just about the whole menu.
Yeah, we're a scratch kitchen. People come in for our cinnamon raisin French toast. Well, we even make the bread.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
We have a scratch bakery also that, the diner has its, following for its popular items. And then, of course, in the bakery, of course, we got Best of Philadelphia for our Jewish apple cake. Our apple walnut pie is famous. Our butter cake.
Since you're talking about the bakery, tell me a little bit about that and how you thought, to add that, because a while ago, the bakery part was not there. If people aren't familiar, when you walk in and you're, in the, I want to call it like the lobby area before you actually walk into the diner, there's a bakery there. Tell me a little bit about how you thought, hey, let's put a bakery in there. Let's make it a scratch bakery so our customers can, while they're waiting, they can grab some baked goods as well. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, we decided to build the bakery off of the vestibule because we were doing such a big business selling whole pies during the holidays that the customers in the diner were getting frustrated trying to pay their bill because they'd have to get in this big long line of people standing there with boxes with pies in them. So it got to the point where I couldn't even accommodate them, so I would have a girl sit at the end of the counter and sell the apple walnut pie and the Jewish apple cake right out of the pie case at the end of the counter.
Oh, wow.
Well, the business just got so big that we literally had to build the market in order to accommodate it.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. I mean, something that small just creates a whole nother business venture, basically.
Yep, the cinnamon rolls, the Jewish apple cake, the French apple pie, a couple of other pies, cakes, some of our cookies.
I mean, around the holidays, I know you guys are packed with, you guys actually make entire meals for people to come grab them. They pay one price for Thanksgiving and they get the, all the fixins for Christmas, for Easter.
Exactly,
I mean, that's pretty cool. The fact that, a local place that you love to go to day in and day out can provide these things, baked goods. It's really neat when you walk in there. I mean, anybody who has never been there, which I'm sure is probably just a few people because everybody knows about the dining car, should definitely check it out. I mean, it's a real interesting place. Here's something that's sort of, off the topic, but, what's a side of you that people normally don't see, whether it's in the diner?
Oh, geez, probably not too much. What you see is what you get. Maybe some people don't know I ride. Like every now and then I'll roll up on the bike and they'll be like, oh, wow, what are you doing? I didn't know you had a motorcycle, that kind of thing. But again, because the diner is such a friendly place and, it's kind of casual, down to earth, there's not a lot of phony baloney stuff that goes on around here. So I think people pretty much, know me.
How hard do you push yourself usually?
I don't think there's much pushing. I pretty much go willingly. I prescribe to that old motto, play hard, work hard. And it served me well. I love it. I'm going to stick with it.
There's a lot of diners in the area. How come the dining car has succeeded and stayed, the same owners, the same business motto, where other diners have changed names, changed owners, changed locations. Some of them even have shut down. How come you've succeeded when others have normally failed?
I think we pretty much succeeded because, we're here all the time. There's always a family member here, and we listen. We listen to the staff. We listen to the customers. We have programs where, we call it You Be the Chef, and we let the customers tell us what to put on the menu. Sometimes we even run a contest with it. So I think it's pretty much, bringing in the guests as our family and bringing in the staff as our family. I think we succeeded because we have a scratch kitchen, because we try for a local owned and operated business, and we try to always do business with businesses similar to ours. Our coffee company's been in Northeast Philadelphia for over 100 years, that type of thing. So when you stay community focused and community grounded, you prescribe to that hard work ethic. I mean, we're a part of a great community in Northeast Philadelphia. And, because we do that, I think, we succeeded. We care. People can see that we care.
What are some of the awards that you've won, whether it's yourself or for the dining car?
Oh yeah, the Donner's won a lot of awards, a lot of like best of awards, those type things, like from Philadelphia Magazine and stuff. And we've won I won the Crystal Vision Award, like from the Chamber of Commerce in 2011. Northeast Community College was nice enough to give me the 2013 Distinguished Business Leadership Award, and
Oh, wow.
Glenn Ford gave me Person of the Year last year, which is all really nice. I mean, we really appreciate the fact that they recognize, how much we care about Northeast Philadelphia and how, we want to keep, the neighborhood going strong.
What would you be doing if you didn't own the dining car?
I'd probably, be back silver and goldsmithing, which is what I did, before I joined the family business.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
I know, not too many people know that. I guess that goes back to what people don't know about me.
There you go. I just found something out.
My prior life, I actually was a silversmith, and I worked on Sampson Street for a company called Keystone Silver, and that's what I went to college for, and I loved it. There were 7 smiths at the company, and I was one of 3 silversmiths. And, I just loved doing it, but I actually got laid off.
Oh, wow.
And I was living in Bucks County, and my father heard that I got laid off, and he called me up, and he was like, no daughter of mine is going to be collecting unemployment. Go get a job. So I was like, okay. So I got the newspaper. Back in the days when people actually read the newspaper to get jobs. And lo and behold, there was a advertisement for a cashier for the 3 to 11 shift at the Tarshill Diner.
There it is. That's the beginning.
You remember, that's what the dining car was called back in the 70s.
Yep.
So I went in and applied for the job. So at the time, Jeff, what was interesting is my father was like, okay, you can have it, but it's like all in or all out. You can't go back to the other job. Well, I was just, I couldn't believe it. I was like, what do you mean? I didn't understand it. And he was like, look, take it or leave it. So, I took it, but I kind of didn't understand it. I was a little mad. And it wasn't until years later that I realized how smart he was, because what he was doing is he did for me a big favor so that I didn't constantly use the diner and the family business as a crutch every time I was out of work. Here comes the boss's daughter again. She's going to boss us around for a few months. Don't worry about it. She'll be gone in a few months. And he respected his employees enough to know that not to have a family member come and go. But
correct.
Of course, as a young woman, I didn't get that at all. I just thought he was, being a hardhead. But I'm glad he did. He in hindsight, I see it that, he had perfectly clear vision of the way it should be, and I'm glad it did go that way.
How do you maintain a good mental attitude as a woman business owner?
Well, I think I kind of just come by that pretty naturally. My mom was a pretty happy, pleasant lady, and I think I just kind of inherited my basic personality from her. And like I say, the play hard, work hard thing kind of works for me. I leave all my problems, or cares or whatever they are, concerns, right at the front door. Go do whatever it is I'm doing that day. I love going to the art museum. I love going to the orchestra. So, when I come home, there they are. They're waiting for me. I can pick them up and deal with them. So I think that, it's kind of more a natural thing. You know what I mean? You're happy because you're happy. I learned a long time ago. I mean, I always hear people saying, oh, I would be happy if only I had more money. Oh, I would be happy if only I had a new car. Oh, I'd be happy. And I'm like, why would you be happy? Why do you want more money? You want more money to make you happy. So just be happy.
Exactly.
And then the rest will fall into place.
Exactly. So here's the question all the entrepreneurs want to know. What's the magic formula for success?
Yeah, there is none. No magic. It's just hard work, and you do something well by bringing your passion to it.
Thanks for your time, Nancy. Tell people how they can get in touch with you and the dining car.
Oh, sure. We, the dining car does have a Facebook page. We'd love for you to come visit us there. Twitter is @_the dining car. We'd be glad to have you follow us on Twitter. We have a website, thediningcar.com. So you're more than welcome to check that out. And of course, feel free to stop in and see us in person. And that's what we like the best.
And what is a phone number they can get you at?
Phone number 215-338-5113.
All right. We have just spoken with Nancy, the owner and operator of the Dining Car, located at 8826 Frankfurt Avenue. Nancy, thanks for your time.
You're welcome, Jeff. Thank you.